You're live.
Hello, hello. Happy Stamp It Tuesday, friends. I have a really fun tutorial we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using the stamp set, the Beehive, wasn't it the Beehive Elements? Is
Yep.
what it's called. We're going to be using this beautiful stamp. This is one we released, gosh, last summer?
Yeah.
And we really haven't played with it a lot. And we're in between stamp drops. And so I thought this would be a really fun one to play with. So we're going to be using this one. I love this one. It's a 6" by 8". It went with the honey bun recipe. I only have my used one. My cute little honey bun. And then the add-on for that one is this cute honey jar.
It's such a cute little trio.
I love it. It's my favorite. So we have them in stock if you don't have them. And then there is the Beehive Elements. So this one is really pretty as well. We're going to be doing a really fun technique, which is a crayon tinting. So we get asked all the time.
A lot, yeah.
If you can use these for embroidery. And so I always say no because the detail's so small. So today I'm going to show you how to put it onto fabric and have some fun with it for those of you that are itching to do some embroidery, but it's just not quite there for the embroidery. It's meant for stamping. So we're just going to have some fun, okay? So shout out below if you've done crayon tinting before. For some of you this will be new. For some of you it will be something you've done. Because it's a technique that's been around for a long time. And so
let us know if you've done it before or not.
Yeah, comment down below. It's very embarrassing. I grabbed my bin of crayons.
I saw it sitting here today and I was like, I wonder why she brought crayons in.
Yeah, who has this? I wish I had, as I was like trying to pull out colors, I'm like, I wish I had a brand new box. So if you don't have a big box like this, go buy yourself a nice box, like a 64 count. It would have all the beautiful colors. They'd be nice and sharp instead of this.
They're well loved.
They're well loved. It made me laugh because my oldest son, his name's Boston, and his name's on here, and I just started laughing because he's graduating this month. And I'm like, I bet we've had this since he was in preschool. So these are well-loved crayons. So they're all dumped in there. And I'm sure you guys are like me. You have a bin of crayons like that. So anyways, we're going to have some fun. You're going to want some fabric. So we're going to use our Adorn It cotton fabric. Just in case we need it. Thank you. And we're going to stamp on it. So this is a project that I probably wouldn't do on tea towels unless they're decorative tea towels. It's not something that you can wash a lot. It's not going to work like that. This is definitely a decorative
display
technique.
only.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. So I'm going to come around so that Miranda can get nice and close on the tutorial. And we're going to have some fun. So shout out when you're here. I want to hear from you guys and see how you're doing. Let's see. Okay. I've got my clear block. I'm using my wool mat to stamp. Even on the fabric, I'm still going to use that. And I'm using my India ink pad. Use a black ink or a brown ink. If you have a product, it's called Stays On Ink. We don't have any. I need to order some. But we don't currently sell it. But it would work really well. It would work better than the India ink. This will work fine for, like, I said it's decorative. But anyways, yeah. Do we have friends to say hi to?
Yeah. Elena's on saying good afternoon. Brenda says this is a new technique for her. Diana says she loves it. It's so fun. So she's done this before. Cheyenne is tuning in saying hello. Chris, Brenda, Victoria all saying hello.
Hello, hello, friends. If you're watching this for a replay later, shout out hello that you're a replay watcher, because I know lots of friends that tune in afterwards. Okay. This is the most beautiful beehive on this Beehive Element stamp. It is so pretty. So this is the one we're going to use. I was really torn between the wreath or the beehive, because both would be really cute.
Yeah.
Really, really cute. I was just thinking it'd be so pretty to have that with like brown behind. You could really layer. You could really have a lot of fun with this technique. So anyways, we're going to first add some black ink on here. Okay. And then I'm just going to take and I'm just going to stamp it in the center of my Adorn It cotton fabric. And because we're stamping onto fabric, it's not going to be as crisp as if you were stamping onto paper, right? But it does the job. And then now what you can do is get your crayons, and you're going to want to start out light-handed, meaning lightly add color so that you can start to tint. Some people will use white first. If you're familiar with like painting, a gesso is like a base coat. So you can, if you want to. As I was kind of playing with it, I decided I didn't really like that. So you would add, but it's, once again, totally up to you. But you can do it this way, where you add your white down, and then you add your color on top so that it acts as a base. It will kind of help lighten some colors as well if you do it that way. So that is a technique that I wanted to show you, is to add white down first. You can do it all over if you would like. Or you can just go straight for the color. You can see, well, and when you play with it, you will notice it more. If you don't add white, the color goes on a lot more pigmented. So that's why some people use the white, is so that you can have a little bit more fun with the shading. If you just do it lightly first and then go back and add a little bit more crayon where you want it darker, then I feel like it's fine. So once again, try it out.
Diana says she's never used white first, but she'll have to try it.
Yeah, it is a good base coat for some people that really like it. So that's why I say it just kind of helps lighten it and adds kind of a base for you to be able to do a lot more shading. So that's what that is. Okay, so now I'm just going to take and I'm going to have some fun and color in my beehive. And I want you guys to chit chat. Let's have some fun. Who is loving spring? Are your flowers all planted?
All right.
Are we back?
Yep, we're back.
Okay. Sorry, friends. You never know what the Wi-Fi wants to do.
Janice asked a great question. Is Dianna Marcum's Stamp Club going to continue?
Yes, we have had a lot of questions about that. Will you grab the crayons? I didn't grab any green. Yes, it's going to keep on continuing. So if you've been doing it a year and you want to unsubscribe, then you'll need to email us, info@adornit.com. Otherwise, your subscription will just keep going. So it's not like our other typical Stitch subscriptions where it automatically ends at 12 months. It's ongoing. So she will continue to have new stamps, new recipes, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you've loved it, then stick around.
Diana said, as long as there's interest, I'll keep designing.
Yeah. So most people are calling, that have called, are like, oh, yeah, I want to stay part of this. I'm loving it.
Looking forward to what's coming.
Mm-hmm. So this month's stamp is
Pineapple Wolf?
It's, oh gosh. No, maybe it is Pineapple Loaf.
I thought
Pineapple Loaf, and then
No Peak.
No Peak, and then the tea cakes. Yes. So, and that's as far as Diana has released so far. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you're signing up for.
They're going to be so fun.
Oh, yeah. So if you've loved it, then stay with it. Okay, back to this real quick. It's important to have a nice sharp crayon. So you're going to want to have, in your stuff, you're going to want a nice pencil sharpener that has the larger function for you to do crayons. So a good sharpener for that. So that you can have some nice sharps. Because it's not like a watercolor pencil. You know how watercolor pencils, I'm always like, oh, the duller, but the better. This, you're going to want it a little bit more sharp so you can get in and fill your space. So that is something that you're going to want. You can see how fun that is. It's just starting to color, right? Now, something fun you can do is you can go back when we're done with this and you can add in some embroidery to embellish. And that's where I wanted to show you guys how fun this technique is so that you can add the embroidery in, since we know so many of you guys are itching to do that. Okay, let's see, I want a little bit darker green right in here for these petals. This would be so fun to do with kids too.
Oh, this would be a really good activity.
Yeah. Let's see. And then, like I said, to start out light, and then if you want to go darker, go a little bit darker. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more dark in here. And I'm so used to watercolor, so this won't blend like a watercolor. So you're going to want to fill it in the way you want it to look. Okay. And like I said, keep it nice and sharp. Because see now, look, where it's nice and sharp, I was able to go in and add some darker detail in there because I have my tip nice and sharp. Like that. And then I want those wings to kind of stand out. So I'm going to put some blue on them for my cute little bumblebee over there.
Diana's talking about how she's designing a new collection for stamping right now, and Teresa said, I can't wait to see what you're doing. But if you are in our Create It with Adorn It group, Diana gives a lot of sneak peeks in there.
She does. I love it.
It's so fun. I think everybody loves it. So if you want to keep up with everything and all the sneak peeks, everybody hears it first in those groups. Mm-hmm. So make sure you're part of our groups here on Facebook.
Yes, for sure. It's the Create It with Adorn It. Okay, now one thing I want to show you guys is you can kind of see me building. You're building upon your layers. So I've said go light. Now, I wanted this to be kind of light, but then I wanted to add some darker onto this. So I'm actually, because I have my light down, I can now go on and add a little bit darker. And it helps you with your shading and blending because I have that lighter color down first, which is what kind of the white does when I was saying earlier. But you can do the same thing by shading with your colors and building upon them. So you can just really have a lot of fun with this. It's totally up to you how much you want to do. Let's see, let's go in and add some more color into this stool here. Okay, and then we'll add some grass.
Jenny said, will there be a stamp for May?
Yeah. There's a stamp for every month. So if you're signed up, then you have one. So the stamp for May is the pineapple loaf. It is a really fun collection. I'm excited to share with you guys. So, yes and yes. If you are signed up, you are...
We aren't pausing.
Yep, you're gonna get it. So, let's see. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue shading in here for like a sky. And I'm just trying to do it really light. Okay. And I'm going to call that
Super
done.
cute.
Okay. Now what you're going to need to do, let me grab my iron.
Bonnie asked a great question. Do you need to color on a hard surface or is it better on the wool mat?
Oh, well, I don't know. I forgot I was coloring on the wool mat.
So I guess either would work.
Yeah.
So either one works, but that wool ironing mat is so good for when you're doing your initial stamp. Would highly, highly recommend having that.
I liked coloring on that because it kind of let me shade and bounce around a little bit with my color. So I don't really think...
There we go, we'll test it.
So see, I feel like if you're doing it on a hard surface, you get a lot more pressure to lay down a lot more of that waxy pigment. So really, it's just up to you. Like, kind of figure out what you like.
So I guess if you're looking at the end to add in a lot of those more pigmented details, then you could swap to your hard surface.
Yeah.
But as you're laying down your lighter base coat, you would maybe enjoy using the wool mat.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to iron it because you're going to pull out the wax. And this is where the crayon tinting comes into play because you're going to put a paper towel or scrap fabric, something like that. And you're just going to place your iron on top. You're just going to hold it on. And that's going to melt your crayon and pull the wax out onto your paper towel or your rag and tint your fabric with the color of the crayon. So that's what this does, is it's melting that wax and pulling it off onto your paper towel. Can you see how that wax is right there? And that is the crayon tinting.
That said, do you wash your material before to get the manufacturing sizing off, or do you just go straight into stamping and coloring?
You know, this one I didn't, and since this isn't something you're going to sit and wash and use, I think that's totally up to you. But you can see now how it's pulled out that wax and has left the tint.
Looks like you just painted a beautiful picture on there.
Yeah. So really, really fun. Now this is where you can take and you can go back now with your embroidery and add detail on. It'd be really fun to add some bead details, some sequins, all sorts of things. You could sit and embellish this for sure. So maybe we'll have to come back and do another live of how to embellish it. But now what you can do is you can sew it into a little pillow. We're going to put ours in a hoop. And I'm just going to use a 6-inch hoop.
Janice had a question about the ironing before we move on too far. Mm-hmm. Do you use the steam setting? Do you use any water while pressing?
Thank you. No, it needs to be dry because you want... you don't want any water to get on there because, of course, water and wax don't quite go together, right? So you want it to be dry setting. Don't have your steam on. And then put your paper towel on and just hold it there to melt that wax.
So you'll press your fabric, make sure it's completely dry, then stamp, then color, then you'll dry iron.
Yes. Okay, where did my hoop go?
That little bit bigger one?
Yes, that is okay.
Janice said, what temperature setting did you use?
I just have it on my cotton. If you want to be careful, put it on your linen for your first time. Put it on linen and see how it melts and see if you're happy with it. So I always think be a little cautious the first time, but mine's just on the cotton setting. Look how cute.
Well, that's going to be way fun. See, and this is a great kid activity because then finishing it is also super easy for them to just hoop and display.
Yeah.
Or if you're just looking for a quick no-sew project.
Look how cute that looks, you guys.
Stinking cute.
I'm going to tighten it. Okay, so cute. Then I would take some I'd actually trim that into a circle, honestly. That's the best thing to do. But I'm just going to grab some tape for right now. But if you put a gather stitch around it and then gather it, it will make your back look really nice. So good questions. Keep them coming, ladies.
Rosemary said, I missed the beginning. What type of ink did you use?
Okay, we're using crayons. So this is a technique called crayon tinting. And so you're coloring your fabric with the crayon. And then when you're done coloring, you put a paper towel on top to pull out the wax, and it tints your fabric with the crayon. So you're melting that wax back off. Look how fun that is, guys. And then you can display it on our cute little house surface. I can't quite. And now we're going to embellish it. This is one I was playing around with earlier with the cute recipe. Look how cute. So you guys can just take all your stamps and have some fun with this.
Keep it going. If you're in a slump, here's a new way to get playing.
Okay. And let me grab the hot glue gun. Is that on?
I think so. I think I just saw hot glue drip onto the...
Okay. It didn't feel warm.
Oh, maybe
yeah, it's warm.
Okay.
I'm just going to add some cute rickrack on this.
Also, if you don't have our awesome cordless hot glue gun,
yeah,
I would highly recommend.
It's the best. So I'm just going to take and add some cute rickrack on this for a really fun project. Right along here. Look how that's looking. So cute. Hit the heart button. What's Rosemary saying?
For stamping, we use the exact same ink.
Yeah, we used our India ink. There is another product on the market that would work better, and it's called Stays On Ink.
On the fabric.
For the fabric. It's a more permanent ink, but this is what we used, and it's going to be fine because, like I said, this isn't a technique that you're going to use like on tea towels and then wash it. So don't think that that would be a good idea because it's not. It's just meant for like a decorative purpose. So that's why I'm like, oh, the India ink will work fine for what we're doing. If you're looking for something more permanent, the Stays On ink would be great. But still, the crayon tinting, it's going to fade. So you could try washing it in like Woolite, but that's a lot of work for a hand towel. If you're actually going to use the hand towel, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Look how cute. Add a little bit of that. So fun. And then we need a cute ribbon. I almost need a thicker ribbon. Maybe I can double it up. Let's see. I'm just using some black gingham ribbon. We just grabbed some stuff out of our stash. We'll put some cute ribbon on there. And I mean, once again, we can just sit and embellish. I would probably grab like some fun burlap ribbon would be really cute with this as well. But then hot glue that onto there, guys. And look how cute that is.
That's my favorite part about most of our projects. You can just keep going or
keep it simple.
You can just call it wherever you feel good about it.
Yep.
everybody's loving that rickrack.
Yeah. Oh, we love pom-pom or rickrack on a hoop,
Yeah,
right?
it goes on almost anything.
It's the best. Okay, let's zoom out. Look how cute that is. And then I would just add a little bit of hot glue. We'll have to come back on. I'm just going to lightly tack this on because it'd be fun to show you guys some more beads and details on this too. We could do another live. But that is pretty cute.
How fun.
So let's take a look at that tinting again. It's just a really fun, I want to like say it's like a vintage look.
Yeah.
When you say, because it's not like so, it's not super vibrant where it's the tinting. So, really fun. Okay. That is, oh, Miranda's just fixing the camera. Sorry, guys.
We'll just do this.
That is how you do crayon tinting. So again, you want nice, sharp crayons. If you need a good sharpener, we have our Mighty sharpener. That's the one I was using, which works great because it has a great place for your watercolor pencils, regular pencils, and a fatter tip for your crayons. So we have that linked. We have a cute little house linked that we used. This surface, it's also available as a barn. So if you want to do like your chicken noodle soup recipe stamp.
So cute.
It's so cute with your barn. So really, really fun techniques. A fun sneak peek we have for next week for Stamp It Tuesday is dun, 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 our cute cowboy stamps. That's what we're releasing next week. So this one is the stamp drop. So this one is not part of the club. But our recipe club friends have been receiving the cowboy beans. So we're going to release these next week outside of the club and then launch this one. So that is next week's Stamp It Tuesday. So anyways, okay, any other questions?
We are good.
Okay, well, thanks for watching today and learning how to do the crayon color tint for your stamps. I hope you guys had fun learning, and I want you to go try it. Make sure you join our Create It with Adornit Facebook group so you can share your photos of what you've been doing. Thanks for joining.